Hey folks, I'm Bob Mayne from the Handgun World podcast, and I'm here with my friend Ben Branam. We're going to kick off a joint venture. This is our first video that we're going to make, and so introducing to you the Modern Handgunners. What do you think, Ben?
I think it's perfect. We're stealing from both names, Modern Self-Protection
and Handgun World podcast.
So we're the Modern Handgunners together. We're going to do episodes twice a month and put them on video and podcast so that you can learn more about guns and self-defense.
You're going to get the audio and the video version of this. So for those of you that listen to our podcast, we thank you. On the Handgun World podcast feed, you're going to get the audio version, and on the Modern Self-Protection podcast feed, you'll also get the audio version. I think probably the main purpose of the Modern Handgunners joint venture is not only reviewing guns, but we're going to talk about modern techniques, right?
Yeah, and we're going to talk about a lot about gear and stuff, because everybody thinks that's fun, right? We got a bunch of, I'm going to say crud on the table here, but really we brought out 3 or 4 guns each, just put on the table. We're going to talk about it, shoot them, have fun. We're at a fun range day, and kind of this is what we do when we get together: is we bring all our guns, we shoot them all, and then we'll talk about each gun for like 30 minutes. Him and I just made a deal about how we're going to trade 2 guns. After Christmas, I got one that I really want, and he has it.
Christmas present.
So we're going to trade to get Christmas presents. But that's what we do most of the time, is we talk about gear more than anything else. And we're going to be old school on you. And this is going to sound weird, but if you guys were into this stuff in the 90s like I was, you read Guns and Ammo and American Handgunner and all those other great, some of them aren't even around anymore, but the big writers used to write about a gun. They would test something like this pair of ordnance, they get it out there and they test it, and they tell you all about the gun, the stats, what it would do, what it wouldn't do, how they thought it feels, what it felt like. But mixed in there would always be a really cool technique that you learn. So I learned a lot of stuff before I started taking real classes by reading 5, 6, 7 magazines a month, cover to cover. So I knew all the stats, all the new guns. I knew like all the numbers, what they weighed, their barrel length, all that stuff, just because I'd read it so much time. But I was reading the articles for that one tip that they would give us every single time. So we're going to try to do that and bring that back. We're going to review guns. We're going to review gear. We got some of our favorite gear sitting out here. And we're going to go in depth on a review on the gear and then how we use it too. We'll give you tips on there. If you get a new piece of gear, is it going to change the way you do things? Like, hey, new holster here, Bob's got it. Who's this one?
Concealment
Solutions. Great holsters, but they just started making a little fancy clip deal. And does that change the way you carry? Does it change the way you draw? Does that change your lifestyle at all? Why you carry a gun? So we're going to put this all back to self-defense, carrying a gun, we'll probably do competition stuff because we love shooting competition. We do it just for a skill advancement, not for true competition. But we'll do some videos on the difference between competition and real life stuff. We'll do videos on all the gear, including old school gear like the wheel gun I got here. The newest Xenius, it's upside down and backwards, but the newest Glocks and stuff.
And a nicely modified Gen 3 Glock 19, and one of the hottest guns on the market, the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 Compact with an Apex trigger. So we'll be talking about stuff like this. I want to say that, you guys might find that Ben and I may not always agree on everything, and that's a good thing. We definitely do not, and it's a good thing, so you can see both sides. I misspoke about something I said earlier in this video. I said that we're going to be talking about modern techniques, not the modern shooting technique that some of you have come to know. We've actually kind of evolved a lot from that. Ben may present at times a little bit more old school stuff, but we've kind of evolved, and we kind of have a different view of self-defense. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, and I come from a very military background with some law enforcement mixed in there. Did multiple tours in Iraq now as a Marine and as a contractor over there. Spent over 2 years in the sandbox fighting the bad guys. Was in 11 gunfights where I shot at the enemy and they shot at me.
Only 11?
Yeah, only 11. And from Kuwait to Tikrit and back again, I've been everywhere and shot at everybody everywhere, and they shot at me everywhere.
Thank you for your service and putting your life on the line.
But that gives me a very different perspective on the self-defense stuff, and I try to not be biased towards the military, but I'll tell you the differences, and then I'll tell you, hey, maybe the military technique would work in a special situation here, but not all the time. And then Bob, you come from the very...
Well, what you'll get from me is I'm just an everyday guy. as I've mentioned on my show, I don't have military experience. I don't have law enforcement experience. I'm not a tactical operator, not a gunsmith. I'm just a dude, a guy trying to raise a family. And since 2005, I've been carrying guns and competing and things like that. So the perspective you're going to get from me is probably most of the time going to be a real practical, everyday guy approach.
But I think you're probably pushing Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours now and becoming that expert.
Yeah, maybe close to 10,000 hours.
So you've been studying this stuff and doing this for about 13
years. Since 2005.
13 years or 15 years? I can't, 2005, 13 years. I can add.
14.
Hold on.
It's almost 2019 now.
Dumb Marine, 14. And I've been doing this, I've been studying this stuff since 95. I got into gunfighting, and that's when I really started studying it. So I in 2015, we're teaching classes. I'm like, crap, I've been doing this for 20 years now.
Long
I'm
time.
getting freaking old. So now it's going on 23 years.
Yeah.
So we've been around for a while. I've been carrying a gun most of my life. Bob's been carrying a gun a lot of his life now. And he comes from a normal, we both have real jobs still. And I know that's a joke,
I
real
still
jobs.
have a real job, yes.
Bob's a salesman.
This is not my real job, although, you know, maybe someday, but not now.
I wouldn't mind having this be my real job.
Yeah,
but
no kidding.
I mean, right now I'm a truck driver and a corporate recruiter. I do both for my company and work in the oil field. Bob, you're a salesman for a big, large corporation and a manufacturer. So we come from this from very different views, but we're more like you than you think because we have real jobs. I go real places where I'm not supposed to carry a gun. You go real places you're not supposed to carry a gun. I don't dress tactical. Yeah. We would never break the law, and we would never tell you to break the law.
I cannot confirm nor deny that I've ever done it.
And we wouldn't tell you to break your company's policies.
We don't advocate
do
breaking any laws.
Don't break any laws.
By the way, everything we say on the Modern Handgunners, we don't give legal advice for carrying a gun. If you want legal advice, get a hold of a good gun self-defense lawyer. This is not legal advice. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes, we will give you our opinions after studying this stuff for 15 and 20 years, what we think. But it is our opinions, and I think they're pretty good after the amount of training we got.
Yeah.
But hey, you're going to get what you pay for. If you need money back, as they say at Student of the Gun, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will refund your money for this video.
I will say this though, you are spending your time, so we're going to try to make your time worth as much as possible by giving you some good ideas. Time you can never get back. Money you can get back. Time you can't.
And we're looking at doing these as different sections. We'll probably have 2 or 3 sections for each video, and they'll be very specific about one thing. This section is all about, hey, it's us, where this is our new thing. Have fun, be with us. And then we're going to do another section on guns today, and we'll make sure your time is well spent here, hanging out with us, and whether you get it from audio or video, I think you're going to enjoy it.
And we do have a website, modernhandgunners.com. Once again, that's modernhandgunners.com.
Yeah, and you get all the videos there, you get the audio will be there, everything will be there, and we'll put a bunch of links to all the stuff that we test and we use. We'll put a link there where you can get it either, you know, Brownells, Amazon, the gun stores, or the manufacturer's
And we might
link.
be able to announce a couple of key sponsors. Not going to say anything right now because we don't have that nailed down, but the links for all of those specials and everything, they'll always be below every video posting and also in our audio podcast.
And I guess this is a good time to tell you the truth, is that we're going to try to make a little money off of this because, believe it or not, all this stuff is expensive. You know, because you have half of it or more of it.
Yeah.
You know it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Plus it's expensive. I have to pay for hosting, cameras, everything else. We're going to try to get a couple sponsors, but you have mine and Bob's word as men that I will not give you a sponsor on something that I won't carry.
Same here.
So if I'm not going to use it, I won't take their money. So it's either something, generally a sponsor. I mean, I've got an ammo sponsor for my show.
So do I.
And we're actually different ammo sponsors.
Yes,
but
it's okay.
It's the website that I go buy ammo on all the time.
Yeah,
So
me too.
That's the kind of stuff that you'll get from me. I know, Bob, you got a holster manufacturer on your show.
I got a holster
but
sponsor and an ammo sponsor.
Here's one of their holsters. He carries them every day. So you're going to get that kind of stuff from us. Is I won't sponsor something that I won't carry, like us. I was going to mention some pistol name, but I won't. If it's a crappy company that makes a pistol and I wouldn't carry it for self-defense or use it in
We'll be
any other
honest about
context, I'm not going to take their money, and I will tell you straight up that this isn't something I would carry for self-defense, and this
Yeah,
is
me
why.
too. Me too.
And this is something I would carry in competition, or I wouldn't, and this is why. We'll give you the whys and everything, and then we're not beholden to any masters, so we're not like the old, we're a little better than the old Guns and Ammo in that way. We'll give you cool reviews on everything, just like they did, but I'm not beholden to that gun manufacturer to send us stuff. All the stuff we have on the table, Bob and I actually bought out of our own pocket from our real jobs.
Yeah.
It's like I said, expensive. You know, there's thousands of dollars worth of gun stuff sitting on this table, and we got more in the trucks and ammo and stuff.
Just a few.
So yeah, everything we have, we bought, so we're not beholden to anybody besides you. We'll give you the truth.